Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a spring deep clean, spring reset. When I think spring, honestly, I think of plants, flowers, humid air, hot summers, all that stuff. But lately in Canada, we are not getting such nice weather, okay? We still had a winter storm like last week. It is freezing as I'm speaking to you. I have a heating pad under my feet. Okay. Anyways, so I have recently become getting into a lot of plants, and I'm trying to incorporate my plant content into YouTube because it makes me so happy. It's my happy place, okay? So we went to Richie's Feed and Seed, which is this like popular, it's super old. It says 95 years and okay, so I think they know their stuff. So we had asked them what type of soil should we mix for my plants, because all my plants are tropical. So she told us to get this premium potting mix. It has perlite in it. It has all the nutrients and stuff like that for the plant. And then add some, I think it's called MVP turf. I put the name down here, but it's like turfus. So it's pretty much what they use to plant bonsai trees. So what it does is that it soaks up the moisture, and then it doesn't allow the soil to like be super wet, and then it releases back the moisture when the plant needs it. So that avoids mold, root rot, all that stuff. So just make sure that the soil is nice and aerated. She also told us to get some willow bark, so to make sure that it's nice and bulky, to aerate the soil, all that stuff. So I am new to planting and stuff like that. Like I thought I was, I don't know, an expert. I guess not. Obviously, we have a lot to learn, and me and my dad like to learn, and we've just been honestly gathering up all the knowledge, looking up on Pinterest, YouTube, all that stuff. I've been watching a lot of plant content, and it's just making me really happy. It's one of the hobbies that I have now. It's a new hobby, and I just think it's just really rewarding, because when you see a plant just grow up and it's healthy, it's thriving. I love seeing all the green in the morning. I have a nice plant shelf in front of me, and it just makes me really, really happy, So we actually go so much to that Richie Seed store that she knows us. Okay, we are on a first name basis, and she's super sweet. Her name is Courtney, and she just kind of gave us some advice for these plants. So as you can see here, we are going to be repotting some new plants that I recently bought. I got these for a steal. So I've really been loving tropical plants. So these are some golden photos, and these are beautiful. These are variegated. It looks like, the white little streaks. I think it's so pretty. Okay. And I think they will do amazing in this soil because it's aerated. So we're just repotting a couple of plants, and it was completely root bound, which means the roots were like suffocating. Okay. They were suffocating. Oh, another thing. So she actually gave me some advice for this. It's a prayer plant. It is super finicky, like I had said in the beginning. It does not like tap water. It is super bougie, okay? It needs bottled water, diluted water, distilled water, okay? So it's on a special diet. But anyways, so the bottom leaves were starting to turn yellow, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I am treating this plant with the utmost care, And so I told her a couple of things about the plant, and she's like, oh, it sounds like it's low nitrogen. That's when the plant gets rid of older leaves to supplement the new leaves because it doesn't have enough nitrogen. And nitrogen is what's kind of makes the plants like nice and green. So I was like, oh, cool. She is the plant doctor. And we repotted it, put some fertilizer in it, and it is happy. It is thriving. I have 3 new leaves. So girl, she was right. So adding that to my thing. So we've actually fertilized all my plants now. I got this alocasia. It is beautiful. It is called a crisp plant, and it looks beautiful, and I can't wait for it to get nice and big, because then I will have this huge tropical collection. We also got our hands in to planting seeds. So this was like I can't remember what plant it was, but it was like a seed. It was a seed. So I think it was just like a flower. And seeds take a lot of care, a lot of different care. And I feel like we are killing them, but slowly they are reviving. I'm looking at them now. They're shooting out. So that is all nice and done. And now my plants are all nice and thriving. So another tip she gave me for pest prevention. So if you have a bunch of tropical plants, I have a diffuser here so it's nice and humid, you are going to get pests. So there is trips, there is mealybugs, there is spider mites, just fungal gnats or fungus gnats or whatever. Honestly, I hate bugs. So I went and DIY'd a pest prevention method. So this is neem oil. It smells like peanut butter. Now if you get the really concentrated version, it smells like rotten peanut butter. So I got this version. I have it linked in my Amazon storefront. It was $20. $8 and you only need a little bit. So what I did was I put some distilled water, and then I put a couple drops of the neem oil, and then I also put a couple drops of soap. And the soap is an emulsifier, and all it does is just allows the oil and water to mix. And then I'm spraying it all down the leaves, and then I'm wiping the undersides and top sides of my leaves. Now what this neem oil does, it has, I put a little blurb for you on the bottom there, but it has something in it that kills the bugs. So what happens is that the bugs need to eat this, and then it interrupts their like cell cycle and they die. So this is like a nice pest prevention because it also kills the eggs and the larvae. So if there's any eggs that they laid on these leaves, it will kill them. Okay, another plus is that because the oil is nice and shiny, it makes my leaves nice and shiny. So this was a tip that the girl gave me for these plants, and look at how beautiful it is. So I've been doing this once every couple of weeks, and look how beautiful it looks. Okay, and my plants are thriving. I do not have any pests, and it's just a great prevention method. And because I'm using distilled water, it's also going to get rid of that hard water stain from tap water, and I didn't realize that hard water stains, but you know, it's there. So my little mix that I'm using for my watering is distilled water, some hydrogen peroxide, which will help aerate the soil. It's going to get rid of mold, all that stuff, and then I'm putting tap water for my regular plants. So something I have come accustomed to is that planting is very messy. Okay, so this is my plant shelf, and just from moving the plants, watering them, you know, shifting them, of course there's soil everywhere. Like, look how dirty that Lysol sheet is. So I am just taking the time to actually wipe everything down because I have been staring at this mess for a while and it was bothering me. Okay, I accidentally spilled some soil and I was like, oh, I'll clean it later, and later never came. Okay, so girl, if I didn't record this video, I would not be cleaning this. So I decided to clean everything down, spray it down, look nice and pretty, and then my plants can be put right back and be nice and happy. Guys, I am so happy with this plant shelf. I got it off Amazon. I have it linked in my Amazon storefront, and I built it with you in a previous episode, and this just makes me so happy. Like, it's right at the foot of my bed, and I'm looking at it every single morning. I can see all my plants. I can water them very easily. I love it. It's super aesthetic. I love it. I'm super happy. I don't know if I can explain that to you, but I'm very happy with it. And just plants have just given me a new joy. It's a new hobby, you know. YouTube is my hobby, but this is like my second hobby, and I just really like growing things, letting them thrive, learning new things. There's so many different channels out there. I really want to get into some plant content, so if you guys would like a plant tour or anything, let me know. But of course, I will be doing that soon, and I hope you enjoy as well. So I got this moisture meter off Amazon, and it is the best purchase I have ever purchased, I swear to you. So literally what it does is that you just stick it into the soil, lets you know if there is more moisture or less moisture, and then you know if you underwatered or overwatered. So obviously if it says dry, you're going to water it, and if it doesn't say dry, you're going to not water it. So let's unbox my spin scrubber with me. Girl, I was so excited for this. Literally the minute I put the order in, I was like, guys, I ordered this electric rechargeable spin brush for the bathroom. You know, when you're an adult, when you get excited over cleaning products. Yeah, so I bought this off Amazon. This was a pricey buy. Okay, I think this was like $80 after taxes. I actually returned it, so yeah, let's just get that out of the way. So I returned it because this thing was pretty flimsy. For $80, it acted like it was $20. You know what I mean? Like, I was super excited because my back be broke trying to clean this damn bathtub. Like, my back, it just hurts. Okay, so I was like, let me get a rechargeable scrubber to try it out on this bathtub. So we'll get into that later, and I'm gonna show you. But first I had to clean up my desk because that is something I like to do when I reset. And I just have to disinfect it with some Lysol wipes, make sure there's no food residues, because I like to eat at my desk, you know. I gotta work and eat. And I like to eat bagels, and there's like sesame seeds everywhere, okay? So this is something I like to do Friday, right before I log off. That way the new week, it is nice and clean, fresh and clean, and there's just new energy going into the week. Okay, so I guess here's my review of this rechargeable bathroom scrubber. And I don't know if any of you have wanted one of these because maybe your back is broke too from cleaning it. But literally, you're better off just buying like a duster or an actual bath scrubber, like one of those extendable ones from like the dollar store or from Walmart, because this did not give. Really, it did not. I was so disappointed. So pretty much what this thing is supposed to do is that it has an extendable arm, so you don't have to do the reaching and like, you know, the scrubbing and all that stuff, like, because it takes a lot of like arm power to scrub, right? So first thing I noticed is that it had a bunch of different heads that you can interchange. So there was, I think there was 8. So there was like the cloth, there was the little sponge, there was the flat head, there was the curved head, there was one to get into like corners and stuff like that. But realistically, I tried a bunch of them out and it didn't have enough pressure to actually clean what I wanted to clean. So one of the reasons I wanted it was so that I can clean my mirror with it. I thought it'd be really cool if you sprayed the mirror down and then you could like kind of use the scrubber on it like a cloth, I guess, you know. And it just did not live up to what I was thinking it was going to do. Okay, it just made a lot of noise. It did a whole lot of nothing. I was very disappointed. So first thing I gotta say is that the interchangeable head, for some of them, they have a Velcro spot, so you can just like attach it via Velcro. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like that's not going to give you a lot of scrub power, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you were like actually getting in there, that Velcro is not gonna hold on. So this is me trying it out on the mirror. Didn't really seem like it worked very well, okay? Like, honestly, I just went to an old cloth that did better. You can use the paper towel. Like, you don't need all this fancy swancy stuff for this, okay? You can do it yourself. Honestly, I didn't really like that, so I'm just gonna stick with my cloth. Manual labeler, you don't need a machine for that. I was actually really excited because apparently you could clean glass with it, but I guess not. So now this is one of my favorite things to do. It is clean the bathroom sink. So I've been using this Barkeeper's Friend for a while now, and I really like it. I like the powder. I have the liquid version and the powder. I prefer the powder. I get a lot more foam action going on. So you just add a little bit of water and it foams right up. Look at my scrub mommy. She is killing it, okay? I just love seeing the suds falling off the sponge. It feels so good. It feels so good. Okay, so this one is to be used on like porcelain. It's supposed to get rid of hard water stains. You can use it on anything of metal, you know, the toilet, all that stuff. It's also a disinfectant, and I love it. There's not a like intense smell with it. It kind of reminds me of baking soda. So like I'm not like choking every time I'm cleaning. Great. This was very affordable. I think this little bottle here, the bigger extendable bottle, was $6 on Amazon. Super happy with it. Super happy with it. Liquid version, I don't feel like it did the same job. So I'm gonna give you a DIY drain cleaner solution. So all you're gonna do is pour some baking soda down the drain, then you're gonna put some vinegar also down the drain. And the key important thing you need to do is block the opening so that it allows that pressure to get through. I feel like a science experiment every time I'm doing this. Look at all that. Look at all that. This is going to get rid of that smell that you have. If you have a smell in your bathroom and you can't seem to get rid of it, this is going to get it, okay? It's going to kill all that bacteria. So I do this once a week, and then immediately after, you have to flush with hot water, okay? If I could, I would have used some boiling hot water, but I didn't. So I'm just turning the tap on extra hot, and look at that finished product. Look how shiny clean that bathroom is. I feel so damn good every time I clean this bathroom, and I'm just happy. Look at it. Okay, so let's get into this tub, because this tub is just looking dirty. It's grimy. Okay, we family of 4. Everybody showers in here. Okay, and just look at that. I hate when that pink bacteria grows. I hate it. I hate it. Okay, the only thing that gets rid of it is bleach or any type of cleaning product. So I'm just using the Barkeeper's Friend, and this thing, oh my god, amazing. not only did it get it squeaky clean, it whitened it. It also got rid of the bacteria. I was amazed. Okay, so let's use this scrubber on it. And I used this like curved, rounded head, just kind of get into the corners. And if you can look at how I'm using it, okay? So it is spinning, but is pulling to the left. And I could see that this head thing was starting to get a little bit of stress on it. And I felt like after repetitive use, it's going to snap off. It is going to break.
We're gonna switch to this head because apparently the other one wasn't working. Let's try it out. I really hope I like this because I don't want to have to return this.
To snap off, it is going to break. And this was after one use. So I was like, no way I'm keeping this, because I am not keeping an $80 thing that's gonna break and I'm not gonna be able to return it. This just didn't have enough pressure for me personally, so I tried the flathead brush. This one was a little bit better, you know, it got a little bit of scrub action on it, but I really wanted to get into that actual, like, the corners of the tub. That's where I have a hard time reaching, right? So I used it on the, like, tub edge. It didn't really get into the, like, I don't know how you call it, like the moldings that I wanted to really scrub in there, and it didn't really do a good job, okay? I actually ended up just like not using it anymore, and I just actually went in with my hand and used a scrub brush, like a dish soap scrub brush with soap in it. I just used that to kind of get everything scrubbed out, and I got majority of it out. So if I could do that with my hand, I don't need the scrub brush, okay? It wasn't giving. I was expecting a lot more foam, a lot more scrubbing action. It was just loud, you know, hard to control. The only thing I did like was that if I disattached this like pink thing, I could use it with just my hand. So the problem was when it's the extendable arm is outreached, it's not enough pressure. It feels like it's going to snap. Okay, so I just had this in my hand and I used that. Probably would do a good job, but realistically, if I'm paying $80 for that, I want the whole thing to work. I don't want just part of it. So I returned it. And I made a little care package for my mom. It was her birthday, April 20th, and she loved this. And of course, I had the barkeeper's friend in it because she loves cleaning products, she loves soap, all that stuff. How cute was this? Okay, so if you got it this far, comment a flower down below. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.